Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is May 24th, 2021. So a lot of people liked the video that I did on Kobe Bryant. Actually, it wasn't my video. The video that Trust Jesus did on Kobe Bryant that I shared on my channel. He showed all the 126s in Kobe Bryant's career because, he died on January 26th on 1/26. And we found out that his entire career was coded around that number 126, from the ages of his family members to the day that his daughter's name, gematria, so on and so forth. So if you haven't seen that video, it's on my channel. It's called Kobe Bryant 126 Coincidences. He named around 70 coincidences where the number 126 showed up in Kobe Bryant's career. And then at the end of the video, I added a couple more that I found out. So, after that video, someone left a message asking me to look into Michael Jordan because they suspect that Michael Jordan may have the same kind of synchronicity in his life and career. So I looked at some of the stats of Michael Jordan's past, and I started noticing that he had a lot of 23s. And of course, most of you that are Michael Jordan fans know that he wore number 23 as a player. And there's a lot of other 23s that a lot of you may not be aware of. So I just want to make sure that I put this out there just in case anybody was not aware of all these 23s of Michael Jordan. And I'm pretty sure that I'm probably missing a lot of them. But, I got like around at least 23 or 24 of them. So I guess we could start here with the movie Space Jam. On November 10th, 1996, the film Space Jam was released. And in gematria, Space Jam equals 23. And of course, Michael Jordan was the main character in the film. And just think about how part 2 is featuring LeBron James, another player who wears the number 23. So how perfect for Space Jam to equal 23 in gematria. Now notice this. So Michael Jordan's initials is MJ. M is the 13th letter in the alphabet. J is the 10th letter in the alphabet. 13 plus 10 is 23. So the whole time you guys was calling him MJ, you was really calling him 23. That's his initials. That's the gematria of his initials. He played most of his career with Scottie Pippen. The surname Pippen equals 23 in gematria. How about that? You guys can look this up yourself. If you look up Michael Jordan's Hall of Fame speech on YouTube, I'm not even making this up. Look how long it is. The video is 23 minutes and 23 seconds long. How perfect is that? Man, so you know what that means? That means, his entire speech was written down and it was timed perfectly for it to end exactly 23 minutes and 23 seconds later. Crazy. Most of you know that he retired on April 16th in 2003, right? 2003 is like 23 in numerology because the zeros don't count. His last season was 2003. Think about how LeBron James was drafted in 2003. Another player who wears the number 23 who is always compared to Michael Jordan. So how perfect for him to retire in 2003. Crazy. I looked this up. He has a racing car. He has a racing company called 23X1 Racing. And of course, the only racer on that company is a man named Bubba Wallace, who wears the number 23. How perfect. He wears the number 23 for 23 Racing. The company owned by Michael Jordan. Crazy. Michael Jordan went to North Carolina. Most of you know this. He played for the Tar Heels. Notice North Carolina gematria sums to 203. Again, in numerology, the zeros don't count, so 203 is like 23. He retired as a Washington Wizards player. Washington Wizards equals 230, which is another 23 because zeros don't count in numerology. Those of you that followed his career know that he wore the number 9 as an Olympian. And of course, 23 is the 9th prime number. So when he was wearing the number 9 in the Olympic Games, he was really wearing the number 23 because 23 is the 9th prime. Now, notice this synchronicity, and I don't think this is definitely not a coincidence at all. I mean, none of this stuff that I'm pointing out is a coincidence, but this right here is just think about how many seasons Michael Jordan played, because he came into the league in 1984. He retired in 2003, 2003, right? So he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He played 15 seasons, and then, there was 4 seasons where he didn't play. I guess when he was 30 years old, he decided to play baseball. Then he left the league for 3 years, came back at the age of 38. So he played for 15 years, right? Think about that. He played for 15 years. Out of all the years that he played basketball, it was when he was 23 years old that he had a career high of 37 points. Not a career high. He averaged the most points for his career when he was 23. He averaged 37.1. That's the most points he ever averaged during his entire career. And he came while he was 23 years old. How perfect is that? If you notice up here, he averaged 28, 22, 35, 32, 33, 31, 30, 32, 26, 29, 26, 30, 29, 28, 22, 20, 30, 31, 20. The most points that he averaged in a single season came while he was 23 years old. Come on. His last season at North Carolina was in 1983. 83 is the 23rd prime number. Now, those of you into his sneakers, you guys all should know that he has 23 different Jordans, right? The first pair was released in 1985. The last pair was released in 2008. Altogether, he has 23 versions of the Jordan brand sneaker. 23. Now, this game here, the Chicago Bulls defeated the Cavaliers. This was his career high. He scored 69 points. And notice the Bulls, they stayed on 23 losses for the season. This is his career high. And the Cavs stayed on 32 wins, which is the reflection of 23. And the thing about the number 69, that's his career high. 23 times 3 equals 69. And there was something else about this game. I don't know why that slide is not showing up. Let's see. Yeah, something wrong with the thumbnail, so I'll just zoom in. If you notice, it's a little blurry, but Michael Jordan in that game, he made 23 field goals, and he shot 23 free throws. And then he ended up with 69 points, and 23 times 3 equals 69. And the Bulls stayed on 23 losses that day. Now, Michael Jordan's father, named James Jordan, passed away, supposedly. I forgot what was his cause of death. I think he was killed. Well, he was definitely killed, but I don't know what the media is saying. I could just look this up because probably his cause of death is coded with the number 23 as well. So, James Jordan. Supposedly he was murdered. Murder is 83, the 23rd prime. So his cause of death is coded with the number 23, like I said. But notice he died on the 23rd of the month, the 23rd day of the month, July 23rd, 1993. And he was born on August 1st, 1936. So that means he died 9 days before his birthday. So he got killed on July 23rd. His upcoming birthday would have been on August 1st. He died 9 days before his birthday. And we know that 23 is the 9th prime number. And his cause of death, we just found out his cause of death is murder. And in gematria, the term murder equals 83, which is the 23rd prime number. And notice 23 is the 9th prime number. He died 9 days before his birthday. Like Jordan Water number 9 is an Olympian. Right? Now this is something that's very interesting. If you notice the name of the team that he played most of his career, Bulls. Think about the three greatest Chicago Bull players of all time. Right? We could say that Michael Jordan is probably the greatest basketball player to ever play for the Bulls. The second, we could probably say it was Scottie Pippen. Now the third is debatable between, you could say Dennis Rodman or Derrick Rose. I think a lot more people would say Derrick Rose. And just think about the numbers that those players wore, right? So Jordan wore the number 23. Scottie Pippen wore the number 33. And then Derrick Rose wore the number 1. And notice the numerology of Bulls is 23, 33, and 1. 2, 3, 3, 3, 1. Which equals 12. And Michael Jordan also wore the number 12 for like one day, I think it was. But isn't it funny that the word Bull starts with a 23? And it also has a 33 in there, and the greatest Bulls players of all time wore those numbers. No, none of this stuff is a coincidence. Let's see. There's a lot of other stuff that I noticed as well. I just wrote it down. So I'll zoom in. Hopefully you guys can see this. The most free throws attempts in a single game came at the second half at a Miami Heat game on December 30th, 1992. He shot 23 free throws in the second half of that game. 23 free throws. That's the most free throws ever made by any player in a half. If you look at, my blog, I have the links so you can verify everything. So everything that I'm saying is all you can verify it. The links is right under the post. So it says here that Michael Jordan scored 45 points or more in 23 games. So 23 games out of his career, he had 45 points or more. And then we spoke about how his career high was 69 points. He stayed on 23 losses, and 23 times 3 is 69. And the word Bulls also sums to 69 in gematria. Okay, there's 4 ciphers. Bulls is 12 in the most pure cipher, and there's also 69. And that's his career high. So just think about it. The most popular Bulls player of all time scored 69 for the Bulls. And notice Bulls is also 33, like how Scottie Pippen wore the number 33. And just notice how Bulls is 12 and 33. Think about it. On the court, at one point, number 12 was playing alongside Scottie Pippen, number 33. So it just shows you that, they're rigging the games using this code. It's pretty obvious. The guy's initials is MJ. That's gematria. And MJ equals 23. Of course, you guys should know that Michael Jordan won 2 three-peats. 2-3. Says here that in his final 3 seasons with the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan helped the Bulls reach 203 wins and 43 losses in the regular season record. So his last 3 years in the NBA. Well, actually, his last 3 years with the Chicago Bulls, because his last seasons were with the Wizards. So his last 3 years with the Chicago Bulls, the Bulls won 203 games. Can't make this stuff up. It's crazy. It says here that Jordan made 19 consecutive free throws in a game against the New Jersey Nets on February 26, 1987. And it says here that Dominique Wilkins broke that record on December 8th, 1992, when he made 23 straight. Unbelievable. It says here Jordan didn't only dominate at a young age. He became the oldest player to score 40 points against the Nets in 2003. He scored 43 points, 18 for 30 shooting, which was complemented by 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals. And I think I mentioned this already. He retired in 2003, right? He retired 3 times. He retired to play baseball. He retired in 98. He left for 3 years, and then he officially retired in 2003. And then last but not least, the word Bull starts with a 23. And this is what I'm saying. These are a couple. There's probably a lot more. I just don't have the time in the day to look for all of them. But these are a lot of synchronicity with the number 23 in his career. His father dies on the 23rd day of the month, 9 days before his birthday. This right here is just proof. I mean, what are the odds that his Hall of Fame speech is exactly 23 minutes and 23 seconds long? The guy who, when you think about Jordan, you think about the number 23. And then for his initials to be 23, the movie that he is remembered for to equal 23 in Gematria, the player who he spent most of his career playing alongside, his surname is 23. And, if you look up Scottie Pippen's career, his career is probably coded around the number 33. Because remember, his son recently died at the age of 33 on the anniversary of the Last Dance documentary. What a joke. This stuff is sick. But, so if you guys find any other 23s, you want to document them, you can leave it under the video, and that way when people watch this video, they can just go to the comment section and read any additional 23s that you guys may have found. So I'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching, and just know that these players, you guys worship these players, but these players are all actors. These games have all been scripted from day one, from the moment these players were probably even born. I know a lot of you may find that hard to believe, but this is the truth. We've been exposing that for almost 3 years now. And there's people in the community like Zachary Hubbard who've been exposing this for over 7 years. So think about it. This stuff is not a coincidence. We document this stuff every single day. What are the odds that his career high, he has 23 field goals and shoots 23 free throws? Number 23. And then you notice how the Cavs lost with 113 points. That's a huge number with Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all the other NBA players. Michael Jordan and his career high. The team he played against loses with 113 points. And Michael Jordan's 113. Right? The National Basketball Association equals 113 as well. That's a big number with Kobe Bryant as well. There's a funny video out there of Tracy McGrady and Kobe Bryant in the interview. You can look this up. Just go on YouTube and look up Tracy McGrady and Kobe Bryant interview. In that video, Kobe Bryant says that he defeated Tracy McGrady in a one-on-one game, and the score was supposed to be 11-3. And notice Kobe Bryant is 113. That is the number with Kobe Bryant. He had a book called Dear Basketball, came out on the 113th day of the year. Dear Basketball is 113. Right, he's supposed to beat Tracy McGrady 11-3. Go watch that on YouTube. So I'll leave it there. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on.